Hello you, welcome back to Geekism. There has been an update 1.3.3 out of nowhere, just dropped. It has both free content and also, quite interestingly, a new DLC content, an actual paid content. We'll get onto that in just a moment, but first of all, let's have a look at some of the new free stuff. First of all, we have a new flat ride. It's called the Coriolis, and it's a classic style. We've got painted panels, very old school. Again, we're kind of going for this sort of funfair, sort of fairground style design. I think it looks fantastic. I'm sure it's based on a real life ride. Unfortunately, like I've said it before, I said it again, I'm not really up on my rides. I'm sure people who are much better suited to that than me will mention it in the comments, so thank you very much if you do. But yeah, there's 4 car seats centered around a central hub. They face inwards and they spin, and then it looks like the actual whole thing lifts up as well. And they move independently while the entire ride spins and tilts, and it looks really neat actually. So these are sort of hanging down, and then you'll see here the actual ride itself lifts and then tilts a little bit like the sort of chairplane does as well. That's neat. That's a cool little ride. That I like that a lot. And again, it's relatively lightly themed, so you could probably drop that into a lot of themed areas you've already got and sort of theme it as best you can. To various areas. That's really neat. We also have a new coaster. Here it is, the Manic Mouse. It is a traditional mouse coaster, wild mouse coaster, and it's really great. And I'm so glad they brought this into the game. It's one I've been looking forward to for a long time because I hate these coasters in real life. I really don't enjoy them, but they are a classic coaster, and they're everywhere. And the layout of them is usually very similar to this. Actually, they've done a little bit of light theming here. This is the blueprint it comes with. Obviously, you can build your own design, and it's a very sort of unbanked turns, give you very high lateral Gs. And you like little bunny hops, and also it has a free spin feature that you can turn on at a certain piece, and then it will just start to spin as it does. The physics look fantastic on it. Spins just as you expect. It doesn't just spin madly around, it spins exactly. And this is really great because I know a lot of people have been using the spinning coaster that's in the game to build wild mouse coasters, but this is great. Now we have them where the seats are facing inwards. They finish off there and they get back around to the way they need to be. Oh, it's really good. Looking forward to seeing what people do with this. And I wonder whether with the free spin you might be able to turn this into a little bit of an omnimover style ride, so that you can maybe point them in the right direction. I don't know. I think people who may be a little bit more creative than me in their coaster builds could do something very cool with that. But there you go. So we've got a new ride, a new coaster. There's loads of other little bits as well. There's a few new coaster blueprints. There's also an interesting addition to the scenery placing. So I'm going to use the burger example here because it's actually the one they mention in the notes as well. But it also gives you a good example of what to do here. So we're going to place a burger piece down, and then on top of that we're going to put the meat. Now, as at the moment, all it does is align to the surface. Okay, so if we turned off align to surface, you would see it would always sit on the top there, but with a line to surface on, it will just kind of rotate around when it needs to. But the new option now is position snap, and in some cases you have position snap rotation as well. So if we click position snap on, when we get close, the actual piece snaps into place depending on certain points that they've already placed onto the scenery items. And this is very much like using the F key when it comes to placing things on walls. So now we haven't got to line that up perfectly. We can click, we can put this on as well, and we can use snap rotation. You'll see that things you can actually drop them down like that and they rotate perfectly. And you get that really easy way of lining things up. And apparently this works on walls as well. So here with the walls, basically position snap is like holding down the F key. So if we take it off there, you'll see it goes anywhere. If we hold down the F key, it will snap to the middle, and with position snap on, it will snap to the middle as well. So with the walls, it's pretty much what we're doing already with the F key, but with actual scenery pieces, it works really well for larger pieces like that to get them lined up nice and neat. So the DLC that has come out is built into 3 packs. They're all based around regular IPs, so realistic IPs. They've got the license for each of these, and they're all based around the vehicles from each IP as well. So there's Back to the Future, Knightrider, and the Munsters. So the Back to the Future one is based around the DeLorean, obviously Knightrider around Kit, and then the Munsters is based around the Munster coach, which I believe is like the scary car that they drive, and I think another one as well. I don't particularly remember the Munsters too much. It's a little bit before my time. time. But each of these are $1.99 UK money. I think they're around €2.49, $2.99, something like that. So they're pretty cheap, to be fair. And you actually seem to get quite a few decent little bits with them. Each of them come with a new version of the go-kart ride that actually has the cars as go-karts. So there's the DeLorean go-kart ride here. We can have a look at those. So DeLorean's set up there. That's awesome. Set up as the go-karts. I'm a big... Do you know what? Frontier know how to get money out of me. Nostalgia is the way to go. And then obviously the go-karts for the Knightrider is the kit car. Again, looks very sweet. And the last one is the Munsters. I think it's half and half. Yeah, it is. Look, half and half here. There's the Munsters sort of like spooky car there. And another one as well. Looks like a spooky... Oh, Dragula. That's good, isn't it? So they're really neat as well. But then also you get all these pieces individually to build your own cars. So first of all, we get each of the Back to the Future cars from each of the movies here, or from different parts of the movie at least, in 1:1 scale. So these are sort of scaled models to the guests, which is pretty neat. So here, that's let me think. That's the one from that's from number 3, I think. With this bit on the front is what they use to get to the train. Pretty sure. That's the original one there from Back to the Future 1. This one is from... that's the end of number 1, that one. And then this one here is where the rails are... It's ready to go onto train rails. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you've got each different type there. You also get all the pieces to make your own bigger version of these. And obviously these are all independent, so you can use these wherever you want as well. some of the pieces I think are going to make really neat uses in the sci-fi area. So you'll see all those here, lots of different wheels as well, which is quite neat. They're going to be very useful for different builds. We've got the actual Mr. Fusion here, flux capacitor from the end of number 1, and also this rather neat 88 miles an hour sign as well. So if you want to build a Back to the Future ride, that's going to be very useful as well. Next up, Knightrider. Again, this time there's 3 different versions. We have the Knightrider Kit Super Pursuit, we have Knightrider Car, and Knightrider Kit. I'm not a mega fan of the show. I have watched it in the past, but they look fantastic. Look, the little lights going on the front there and everything. And again, all of these come with larger versions of each part for you to build your own together, including a piece with the rather neat. I can't let you do that, Michael. Light there, and obviously you get the ride as well for the sign as well if you want to build a full ride around it. Spoilers and all different things. A lot of these pieces are going to be quite useful, I think, for sci-fi. Nice little additions. Finally, we have the Munsters, and again, this is a show that I really didn't watch. It's way before my time, but I actually think this is probably my favourite set. They have these awesome cars here, sort of crazy. They look a little bit like something out of what was it called? Wacky Races, They're really well designed. Again, they're singular models, but again, all the pieces come bigger. The one thing I really like about this, though, is how usable these are going to be for doing sort of dark rides and haunted houses, which is one of the themes that I think has really been lacking in the game. I'm hoping these light up. Let's have a look. Oh, they do. Nice lights off these. Look at that. So we've got these cool lanterns, lamps, nice little wall light there. I'll just put it on the floor for now. We also have lots of other smaller pieces that are going to be very useful. They're built for cars, I can see myself building an organ here. These little step-up stool coach pieces are going to be really useful. These chairs are really nice, and these, are going to act as really nice sort of windows and things. Really great. Really think these are fantastic. And look at this, a cannon that shoots out little bats that I'm hoping is triggerable. Yes, it is. Wow, how good. $1.99, fantastic. Now, obviously, a lot of people have a bit of an issue with DLC. I personally don't, and if they're going to keep bringing out these little groups every now and again where they are really neat to have, they give us a few more options, but overall they're not a necessity. I'm more than happy to pay a couple of quid for one of these every so often. I'd still like to see bigger DLC, bigger expansion packs where we have like water parks or like bigger zoos and things like that. I think I'm more than happy to pay sort of like $20, $30 for a full-on update like that. But if they want to stick in one of these every now and again to sort of build the Frontier coffers up a little bit so they can keep releasing free content, bear in mind this has all come as well as free content as well, bug fixes and free rides. So personally, I think this is a really great way to go. I'm more than happy to pay a couple of quid every now and again to get some little bonus bits. And let's be honest, I'm probably going to buy everything unless there's something really extortionate. I'm probably going to buy everything because people are going to come to my channel to see what it looks like and to have a good look through it with me. But if you don't want to buy this, you don't have to buy it. It's fine. You've still got the full game. You've still got all the rides. You know, the only thing you're losing out here is a little bit of scenery that, you know, has got quite a niche use, really. Apart from, like I said, there's a few bits in this one that I could see being useful for other things. For the most part, you know, cars, these are pretty neat. That's actually a coffin, look. How cool is that? You know, these are pretty niche use. If you don't want them, you can more than manage without them, you know. That sign glows in the dark. How neat is that? Apparently there are some, I was just about to sign off, but there are some special effects that come with this as well. There is as well. Hold on, let's get the light back up so we can see. There are some more special effects that come. So we have our bat cannon. We also have this, which is like a green mist, I think. Let's just put it there so we can see. Oh, that's neat. That's going to be really good for haunted houses as well. And apparently the Knightrider and Back to the Future ones have them as well. That is like a flame, basically a longer flame that comes on and off, I think. That's for, you know, tide trails, you know, from the movie. Back to the Future energy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's amazing. That's to go like over the top of the car, isn't it? Oh, we need to lay out this scene. Hold on. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to lay out the scene. What are the other ones? Knightrider explosion. Oh, some new explosions. That's cool. So look at these. Okay, so a couple of new bullet impacts. They're always nice to have. You know, they're useful. That explosion's really neat as well. Look at that. Let's have another go at that one. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, cool. So they come with it as well, you know, so they're quite useful actually. So even if you're not particularly fussed on the themes of, you know, monsters or Back to the Future or whatever, why wouldn't you be? But if you're not, it's cool. You know, so yeah, there you go. How good does that look? Absolutely fantastic. Right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. It really does help out the channel. And if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Any thoughts, queries, or suggestions? I know this isn't how it happens in the film, by the way. Any thoughts, queries, or suggestions, pop them down in the comments. And if you fancy a chat, you can find me on Twitter. I'm @JohnTSparrow. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.